Hello everyone. Today I will show you how to create a simple database in Microsoft Access. I am developing a project named as Expense Manager in C#.NET, and for that I need a database. That's a simple database that consists of two tables. Number one, as you can see here, that is users, in which there are two columns, username and password, and of course the ID, that is a unique primary key column, and one table called expenses. In this you can see I have columns expense, expense type, amount spent, date purchased, purpose, payment method, and entered by the user which entered this who created this entry. So follow with me in this tutorial and I will show you how I created this simple database in Microsoft Access. Once it's open, click on blank desktop database. Give it a name, as I'm creating a database for my expense manager, so I can give it a name, expense manager DB, and click on create. Now you have a table here by default, that is table 1. You can add columns in it. I am creating a column format to record my expenses, so I have the columns. I know my first column will be expense. What is the expense? Here I will here the user will give the name of the expense. For example, any bill, any computer, for example cost of computer machinery, purchase of oil, electricity bill, employee salary I'm working for, that is number 1, utility expense, and salary expense. So for example here I have to enter, so I will give it a name, electricity bill, for example. Click on tab, it will move to the next column. Now you can rename this field by clicking on field 1 here, double click on field 1 and rename this column to expense. Now in the second column, user will give what this expense is, whether it's a salary expense or it is a utility expense. So it is a utility expense. Here we will type utility expense. Rename this field to expense type. Third column will be amount spent. How much amount spent on this expense? So for example, bill of 15,000 rupees. So rename this field to amount spent. Now fourth column will be date purchased. For example, it was paid on 5th of June 2017. Rename this field to date purchased. Payment method. Purpose. For what purpose? As the name suggests that this is an electricity bill, so you can type in purpose bill payment, electricity bill payment. Next column will be payment method. Two payment methods I will define in my software, that is number 1 cash and number 2 check. Type in cash. Payment method. Last column will be entered by. Now this entered by will be used in the software. For example, I am using the software, my username is Asad and my password is whatever, and I've logged into the system and I created this entry through my system. There is in Visual Studio, that is .NET application, and there it will, and in this column my name will be entered, the username will be recorded. For example, your user is logged in as admin, so admin will be recorded here when the user makes an entry in the software. So rename this field to entered by. Now one more thing to note here is the type. First let me just, now you can see it more clearly. Now one more thing to note here is the type of this column. For example, this amount spent will only accept numbers. For example, it will be amounts, 15,000, 10,000, whatever. So you can see here that data type of this column is number and format is general number. Similarly, when you move to next column, that is date purchase, you can see here the data type of this column is date time. So it will only accept the date time from our software, from where we will input these values. From now we are hard coding this value just to show you how to create a database with a simple table in it. So these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns will be required for our software. Now we'll create another table named as users. Click on table. First let's go to table 1 again and save it. Now when you click on save, it will ask you a table name. Enter a table name. This is a table of expenses, so hit expenses and click OK. Now move to table 2. Now table 2 will be our users, the user who log into our software. There will be only two fields, username and password. That's it. Now username can be, for example, we are admin, and password will be admin as well, just for now, just to show you. Now this will be username and this field will be password. Now this ID is the primary key column and is auto incremented, so you don't need to worry about it. It will be auto incremented as the users are added. So to expenses, here similarly ID is the primary key column and it will be auto incremented with time as the records are entered in the database through our software. This entry is hard coded just to show you how to create a simple database for a table. And now similarly click on table 2 and save it and give it a username, users. Click on OK. So now your database is ready with two tables in it. Number 1 is expenses. It will record your expenses, all expenses. Now just to show you the concept of this primary key column, I'll enter another entry. So for example, this is a salary expense, so I will be entering there employee 1 salary. This is the salary expense, so enter salary expense. Amount will be, for example, 25,000. Date purchase or date when the salary is given to the employee, you can hit 6th of June. You don't need to worry about how I'm inputting the date here, because it will be inputted by our software. So just enter a date here. Purpose, employee monthly salary. Payment method. Now this payment method will be a check. Just time here, this is something wrong here, spelling mistake. Payment method. Now entered by admin. Now as you can see, the ID column is now it is incremented to 2 automatically. I have not entered any data here. So now let me just resize these columns. So you can see our second record is also entered successfully, and right now you can note also the data type of other columns. Now this expense column will create text, and can also create numbers. As you can see, I have included here employee 1 salary, so this data type is short text. So expense type data type is also short text, purpose short text, payment method text, entered by text. So do not this we can also handle these data types by from Visual Studio when we will develop the application, complete application. You don't need to worry about this. Make your basic concepts here and create a simple database as I've created. And if you find any issues, any problem, you can comment below and I will surely answer to that. Thank you. If you like this video, please share, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.